Welcome to episode 2 of the Lucasfilm edition of the Castlescapes and Clones vlogcast. Today we'll be talking about Willow getting a new director, a new executive VP for Lucasfilm, and more. We've changed the name of this from the Star Wars edition to the Lucasfilm edition because there are more projects that are coming down the pipeline for Lucasfilm, like Willow and Indiana Jones. And I know there's another movie that they're developing that is Star Wars based. So we're going to be calling this Lucasfilm edition from now on. We are Castlescapes and Clones, where we discuss everything in the Disney universe. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel, hit the bell for notifications, and do like this post. Hello, everybody. I'm Loren, and I'm here with my cousin and co-pilot, Rich. How's it going?
Hello. It's going all right.
Good. Just making and breaking it.
Yeah. Not much going on. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's head to the news then. Lucasfilm names a new executive vice president in Momita Sengupta. She will oversee production of all Lucasfilm's future projects. So she will be, next to Kathleen Kennedy, the most powerful person at Lucasfilm. Pretty cool.
Yeah. Like, I know that name, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah,
so,
I've seen that name before too, but I'm not familiar with what she's done. But, you know, obviously, if they see her as an executive vice president, executive vice president material,
right?
Then I'm sure she deserves it.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Interesting. How what am I trying to say? It's just interesting, like the hierarchy of Lucasfilm.
Mm-hmm.
Because like there's been a rumor that, you know, Kathleen Kennedy might leave or retire soon. So I wonder if she's kind of placing people in different newer roles.
It could be.
Prepare for that eventuality,
right?
I mean, like there's some groups who will be like want her to retire just because they're not happy with Star Wars, which I'm like, you know, she gave us E.T.
Yeah,
and she
the
also
Mandalorian
and everything good that you like from Star Wars. So like everyone's like Rogue One, like that's also Kathleen Kennedy. So I don't know what you guys are upset about. Like not everyone in Hollywood does good things. Like, you know, Steven Spielberg has a slew of hits and misses. Martin Scorsese, like all of them. So it's like, I don't know why. Like, she does one thing that you don't like. It's like,
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Did the sequel trilogy, was it everything I wanted? No, but I mean, it's definitely not one where I would want to run her out of Hollywood because, you know, she's done so much in her lifetime. I mean, she has had a prolific career, and she deserves the respect.
Yeah, and she's not had, like, she doesn't create everything. She's a producer. Like, she's there to make sure things get created. She's not like, she's not George Lucas. George Lucas was, you know, this was his whole thing. So of course he has a lot of input, but on a normal basis, you don't have Bob Iger telling you how to make Moana. Like, he's not the one going like, and this should happen next. He's more like, all right, let's get everyone together, make a movie. You know, like I'm pretty sure like his overall thing is like, that's good. That's, I don't think he's sitting there going like giving in like daily notes to like the creators going like, move her hand like this, not like this.
Yeah.
Like Kathleen Kennedy is not someone who's like, and in this episode, Luke should do this. She's more like, oh, that sounds cool. What do you need?
Right.
So I don't know. People just need to get off their high horse and learn how movies are made.
Yeah. And I'm sure that there are a whole slew of people that are upset that it's another woman in a high-ranking position at Lucasfilm, you know, and
I know that whole thing.
That's another
like whatever
high horse that people have to get on. That's not even a high horse; it's a low horse.
Yeah.
So,
but like it's, I mean, like this is a pretty powerful position. Like,
yeah.
It's like live production of Lucasfilm.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like Star Wars, it's Lucasfilm. So it's like Willow and Indiana Jones and whatever.
Yeah.
So good luck.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want that job. As much as I love everything, that's just too much of a high.
Well, it's definitely gonna have a lot of expectations behind it. You have
to have thick skin and nerves of steel, and
I have
lots
that.
of patience. And like I have those, but like I wouldn't like I'll be a peon.
Yeah.
But like I don't envy her role. I mean, I do, but I don't. Like it's a cool spot to be in, and just where to be in that, especially that company. But like, there's so much pressure from fandom that, God bless her.
Yeah, exactly.
May the force be with her.
May the force be. Yes, exactly. Yeah. All right. Well, Willow has found a new director in Jonathan Entwistle, who is known for a series, The End of the Effing World. I haven't heard of the series, but it sounds like one that I want to hear about.
Yeah, I'm not familiar too much with him, so.
Well, I'm
see.
willing to give him a chance. And, it's too bad that Jonathan Chu couldn't continue with it, but I totally understand his reasonings.
Yeah, I mean, it's still a very weird world in the land of Hollywood productions. So, safety
and when
first.
You're bringing a new baby into the world,
that takes precedent over, Willow.
Right.
So.
All right. Well, in video game news, the soundtrack for Battlefront and Battlefront 2, composed by Gordy Hobb, will be released by Walt Disney Records. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, like it's, video game music, unless you're in the video game world, like it doesn't get enough play. One, because it's not John Williams and whatever, but like like video game music is, I would probably say harder to do than music or for films, because there's so many different things that need to happen. You don't know exactly what's going to happen because it's all user controlled. So you have to create these sweeping kind of like, melodies and harmonies and tones, and that can change at any time and have it make sense. Right. So, Battlefront and Battlefront 2 really does have some really great music. So, and I know fans have been wanting some kind of soundtrack to those movies, those games for a while. So it's cool. It's cool that
check it out.
Yeah, like there's like how oh my god, I keep forgetting his name from The Mandalorian.
Ludwig Göransson.
Ludwig, gets a lot of praise because it's a high profile thing. But the people like Gordy Hobb and Kevin Kiner don't get as much, but they are just as responsible for keeping Star Wars alive as someone like Ludwig, because they've been doing this for a long time and like one of the things about Star Wars has always been that the music has made it stand out. Before John Williams' score, if you watch Star Wars, you're kind of like, but like you add in that his compositions and it becomes Star Wars.
It becomes epic. I mean, he's as much a character. His music is as much his character as Princess Leia or Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, and like these guys have to do, like, I'm pretty sure when you're making a Star Wars anything with music, you're like, well, it has to fit in Star Wars, and so much of Star Wars' DNA is in John Williams that these guys have to not only kind of mimic it, but like really have to make it sound like as if it was John Williams. And that it's not an easy task.
Right.
So yay for Walt Disney for celebrating
the music of Battlefront.
Yeah, because like to me, video games are just as important, or well, enough important, but like just as much or more work than it takes to make a video game than movies. Because it provides hours of entertainment, and all those hours need music, and it's not. There's a thin line between repetitive and great in the video game world. So.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Well, rumors abound that Lucasfilm Games is working with a small studio called Aspire on a third game in the Knights of the Old Republic game. The original games were created by BioWare, but will not be involved. However, Aspire has been hiring former BioWare employees that worked on the originals.
Yeah, so Knights of Old Republic, there's several things in the Star Wars universe that kept Star Wars alive. The books, notably Timothy Zahn's Thrawn trilogy, and then there are the video games, and I think Knights of Old Republic is one of those. And this is not the MMO. So there's the old Knights. There's the Old Republic game, which is a multi-user game. Knights of the Old Republic, however, was a single-player game that has, like, when people heard of the High Republic, this is what they wanted. This is the time period that's set way before the High Republic, and it has a character. Like, if I was going to say, like, Ahsoka is the breakout character of the animated world, I would say Thrawn or Mara Jade are the ones from the publishing world. And then Darth Revan is the one that comes from the video game world, and Darth Revan's story is the heart of the Knights of Old Republic game. So much so that there's 2 variant figures in the Black Series, and he has his own elite lightsaber that's coming out. And it's a character that became canon. I can't remember where it became canon, but because everything from video games and books before Disney has become legend, but they've taken things from it, and now Revan, at least the name Revan, is canon, so it's now part of Star Wars lore proper.
Right.
But it was such a great game when it came out, and this is now back in PS1, PS2 days, so that's decades old now. But it's definitely a series that people have wanted, including myself, wanted a new game in the new generation of video games. So hopefully this pans out and it actually becomes true.
Yeah.
Because I would like to see something that takes place in this era, or something that takes place in this era that's will be considered actual canon.
Yeah.
Under the guidance of Lucasfilm and Lucasfilm Story Group. So
yeah,
we shall see.
different time periods and things like that. So yeah,
Yarp.
good. All right. Well, here's a fun one in publishing news. High Republic authors Kevin Scott and George Mann will be releasing a book called Life Day Holiday Stories from a Galaxy Far, Far Away, which contains 8 stories centered around the Star Wars holiday Life Day. And I'm telling you, if B. Arthur doesn't have a story from the cantina, I will scream bloody murder.
I feel like they would have to. Like they
totally should.
Right. Yeah, it's kind of a fun thing. Like I don't know what they're gonna tell, but it does definitely like push Life Day into this definite thing. You know, and it takes it away from the infamous holiday special.
Yes.
Where it was kind of like the joke of the Star Wars universe, but since George Lucas created it, technically I guess it's canon. Like
right.
Whatever that is happened.
Right.
But I think embracing like you know, that was mentioned in the first episode of The Mandalorian, the new holiday special from Lego is all about Life Day. So it'll be interesting to see them actually flesh out what that holiday is for them.
Right. Yeah. In a more kind of serious but tongue-in-cheek, I'm sure, way.
Yeah. George Mann wrote a book called Myths and Fables, which is kind of another collection of stories in the Star Wars universe, which is, as it sounds, myths and fables. And then Kevin Scott wrote, I think, the young adult books.
Yeah.
So those two combined, I feel like it'd be a fun romp in the holiday universe of Star Wars.
Yeah, I may have to read this book.
Yeah, it'd be interesting if they get. It'd be awesome if they did an audiobook and just had different people from Star Wars read it.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
So,
yeah. All right. Well, on to collector news. In addition to the news that we reported last time, Hasbro revealed several more figures, including a sneak peek at the pipeline. Continuing the Lucasfilm 50th anniversary, the vintage line of 3 3/4 inch figures include Paploo the Ewok, Leia in Endor gear, and an ATST driver with removable helmet. You know, I'm going to be getting the Ewok and Leia.
About to say, like Leia has a her head sculpt is a little more correct than the old version of her. Yeah. And then like the ATS driver's like the first time it's packaged by itself with a removable helmet. The thing is that with his helmet off, he looks like a nice guy.
I'm sure that some of the Empire were nice guys,
just like,
under a misguided.
Right? But it's like he looked kind of happy, so I'm like, oh man. Little do you know, you're gonna be in your ATST, and then 2 large big logs are to come and smash it with you inside by little furry bears.
Yeah.
But yeah, these are on the kind of classic card backs that looks like from back in the 80s, because this is a Return of the Jedi kind of line. But you know, it's funny. Like I don't want to collect both sizes because that's just asking for trouble. But I did break the seal, and I did buy the Darth Maul and Ahsoka 3 3/4 figures.
I did.
I might have to get the Ewok and Leia.
Oh yeah.
Like I might just do like select figures that I really want.
Right. Leia is simply a must.
Yeah, because it looks good. So I'm like, man, like they're getting, they're getting better at this technology, and like the reason why I started collecting the Black series because they were bigger, so there's a lot more opportunity for detail and whatnot, right? But now they're able to do it also in the 3 3/4 line, and that's like, it's such a conundrum for someone like me.
Yeah.
But like, I have the 3 3/4 scale Millennium Falcon. I have the 3 3/4 scale Razor Crest coming, and I do have the 3 3/4 scale Slave 1 also coming. So it's like,
yeah, you need figures to go on these ships.
And I do have the 3 3/4 Sandcrawler.
Yeah, there you go.
So it's not like I haven't. It just, I didn't want to start admitting that I was collecting them, but
right. Well, I know that feeling.
Yeah.
All right. Well, in other action figure news in the pipeline, the Black Series will have tech from the Bad Batch, Aura Singh, Q90, and Ahsoka Reeves from the Mandalorian, and General Lando Calrissian. And the vintage series will also include IG-11 and Lando Calrissian from Empire. Wake me up when Fennec Shand comes out.
Yeah. I'm surprised that she's not in the lineup.
I know. Ahsoka Reeves from the Mandalorian, but
Koska
not
Reeves.
Oh, Koska. See, they're not. They're so unknown
I
to
bet
me that
they're waiting for the Bad Batch to come out and release that version of her.
Maybe.
Because that's the only thing I can think of. She's got a cool
helmet and everything.
Or they're waiting for the Book of Boba Fett series to come out.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Because they're gonna have that series. Like I definitely want what I want Boba Fett in both before he got his armor back. But then I also want like somehow I cleaned up and redid my old armor, even though it's been inside the Sarlacc and in the dust forever. But now it looks pristine. Look, Boba Fett.
All I know is I need a Ming-Na Wen action figure.
Yeah, like I have a feeling like I thought it would be with the Bad Batch, but then Book of Boba Fett was announced, and I'm like, well, then we're gonna have to wait.
It could be with either, though. She could go with either. So,
like, I feel like her look for Book of Boba Fett's to be closer to the Mandalorian look, so that's probably why they're gonna wait.
Yeah.
For release, because I mean, she looks like she's main character, so it would make sense to give her the Book of Boba Fett treatment.
Right.
And who knows, like what else is there? Maybe she has like a speeder bike or something.
Like how a character that died in the first season of Mandalorian suddenly is in 3 different series.
Right.
Think about it: Bad Batch, Mandalorian, and Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah. Like I strongly believe that she was able to portray. Oh my god, why am I blanking on her name? Shan.
Fennec Shand.
No, not Fennec Shand. From the Old Republic, when the whole like bringing a character from the Old Republic into canon, there is a character, a Jedi named see, now I have Fennec Shand in my head. I can't remember her actual name, but it's her. The last name is Shan. In the video games, and she looks kind of like she could be Asian. So it's like I was like, well, I'm gonna bring in Ming-Na Wen.
Oh, she's the one that you were talking about.
Yeah.
Before, right? That you wanted her to be cast.
But
okay,
I will take Ming-Na Wen as a bounty hunter with a robot stomach.
Yes.
So
yes,
I'm just curious to see like what her role is in Bad Batch, and if she has a different-ish look, because I would like to see like both definitely, if they're different enough. But I feel like they're definitely going to save her figure for at least the Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah, which is not too long.
Yeah,
not too long from now.
Q90, if you don't remember, that's the robot from the one of the mercenary robot, the mercenary robot from Mandalorian. The one that the frog lady uses to translate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that one. Aura Singh, of course, is from Phantom Menace. In her little cameo. She has a bigger role in the Clone Wars series. So there's that. And then, General Lando, I think it's the first time General Lando is in 6-inch form. And I think Lando in Empire is like a reissue with the updated technology. So
I kind of want a General Lando Calrissian.
Yeah.
Lando Calrissian.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. I can't wait for any of these. Of course, we'll never get them in our Target. Our Target never has anything in it. You have to get there like early on the day they stock, otherwise gone completely.
I know. I just miss Toys R Us because they had a whole aisle of it, and it's not just two aisles of toys. And now it's this is the Star Wars aisle.
Yeah.
And it's the whole aisle.
Yeah. I miss that. Definitely I miss it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we have come to the end of our episode, and in no time flat, which is, again, we are trying to make these episodes shorter. Be sure to like our post and leave a comment below. Let us know what your favorite story was of today. Share our post with your family and friends on your social sites, and be sure to subscribe and hit the bell for notification. You can always reach us at podcast@castlescapesandclones.com. Leave us your feedback, both good and bad. You can reach me personally on Twitter at Lojav and on Instagram at Loren Javier. How about you, Rich?
You can reach me on Twitter and Instagram at R2 Romasanta.
All right. Well, the opinions expressed today on today's podcast are solely our own and do not represent the Walt Disney Company, its subsidiaries, or assets. Thanks so much for joining us, and we will see you later. Bye.
Yep. May the Force be with you.